What's the most ridiculous reason you found yourself in court? I got sued because my garden gnome was making eye contact with my neighbor. I'm not kidding. The lawsuit literally said my ceramic gnome was engaging in aggressive visual surveillance and causing her severe anxiety. My neighbor Linda had been normal for 3 years. Then one Tuesday, she knocked on my door holding a ruler and said my gnome was positioned at exactly the wrong angle. She'd measured the trajectory from his painted eyes to her kitchen window. She demanded I rotate him 90 degrees or she'd take legal action. I thought she was joking. I actually laughed. Said something like, "Good one, Linda." She didn't laugh back. Her face was dead serious. She was gripping that ruler so tight her knuckles were white. That's when I realized something had shifted in her. I tried being reasonable. "Linda, it's just a garden gnome. He's been there for 2 years. 18 months and 4 days, she corrected. "I've documented everything." That word, documented. My stomach dropped. I called my sister that night. She's a therapist. I explained the situation and she got quiet. "This sounds like she's having a breakdown," she said. "Has she been through anything recently?" Linda's husband had left her about 6 months ago. Just packed up and moved to Arizona with his dental hygienist. She'd stopped coming to neighborhood barbecues. Stopped decorating for holidays. I hadn't seen her smile in months. "She's hurting," my sister said. "Sometimes people focus their pain on something they think they can control." I felt sympathy. Maybe I should just move the gnome. But then the court papers arrived. I'm sitting at my kitchen table staring at actual legal documents about my grandmother's garden gnome. The same gnome she gave me before she died. The one she painted herself with that goofy smile and red hat. And now it was evidence in a lawsuit. My hands were shaking when I called my lawyer friend Tom. He read through the papers and went quiet. This is actually real," he said. "She's claiming intentional infliction of emotional distress over a gnome. Over a gnome." I felt violated. My grandmother died 3 years ago, and this gnome was one of the few things I had that made me feel close to her. And some stranger was trying to use the legal system to take that away from me. The night before court, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about how we'd been friendly once. Linda used to bring me tomatoes from her garden. Now we were going to stand in front of a judge and argue about ceramic lawn decorations. 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in actual court while Linda's presenting a poster board with geometric calculations proving the gnome's line of sight. Her evidence included 47 photos of my gnome taken at different times of day and a written timeline of every moment she felt watched while making breakfast. She documented everything. Dawn photos, noon photos, sunset photos, different seasons, different weather conditions. She had measurements, angles, trajectories. The woman had spent months obsessing over my lawn ornament. I watched her present her case and felt this mix of anger and genuine sadness. She was wearing the same cardigan she wore to every neighborhood meeting. Her hair wasn't brushed. She had dark circles under her eyes. This wasn't a villain. This was someone drowning who'd grabbed onto the nearest thing to keep from going under. Her voice cracked when she described feeling watched. "I can't eat breakfast anymore. I stand in my kitchen with the curtains half closed, trying to drink coffee without looking at the window, because if I look, he's there, always there, judging me." Part of me wanted to walk over and hug her, tell her she needed help, but I was also furious, because instead of asking for help, she dragged me into court. She'd turned my grief into her enemy. The judge asked her why she didn't just close her blinds. Linda gasped, like he'd suggested something offensive, and said she needed the natural light for her mental health. Then she pulled out a letter from her life coach, confirming that the gnome's presence had disrupted her chakra alignment. Here's the twist. The judge looked at me dead serious and asked if I'd be willing to compromise. I said, "Sure, I'll move the gnome." Linda smiled like she'd won. Then I moved him to my front yard facing her living room window instead. Completely legal. She sold her house 6 months later.